Welcome to Washburn University's School of Law short video on completing the deposit form. This is an example of a completed deposit form. There are 5 sections of this form that you would need to complete, and we will walk through each of these sections. The first section is the contact information. This is where you will list the school of law as the department and then your student organization name. In this instance, it is for the WSBA. Next, you'll enter the contact person. You will always want to enter the School of Law accountant, Miss Julie Desarusso, and then you will list your student organization treasurer's name. Next, please list extension 1872, which is Ms. Desarusso's campus phone. Then you would enter the date of the deposit. The next section of the form that you'll be completing is the deposit information. This is where you'll list the currency, the coins, and the checks that you have received and are preparing to deposit. Please note you list the sum, so if you have multiple checks, you'll list the total, not listing them separately. The form automatically calculates the total for your deposit information. The next section that you are completing is in reference to where those funds will be deposited in a short description of what the funds are for. Some examples might include dues, donation, tickets, sales, t-shirts and sales, etc. In this instance, you'll see that there are donations and that there is a t-shirt sale. You would list the fund for agency accounts. It will always be $800,000. For the accounts you're depositing it to, student organization agency accounts start with 29 and then are followed by the 4 digits that designate your specific organization. Next, you'll list the amounts and the form will automatically total. If you notice, the t-shirt sales is an odd amount. Well, that's because there are certain things that require us to charge sales tax. Some examples include sales of merchandise, fundraising activity, ticket sales, and auction proceeds. We will discuss in the completing the sales tax calculator form video on our website under the School of Law Student Organization Funding Information, and there will also be written instructions there to go into details on the sales tax. So you'll see in this case the $20 t-shirt, they will receive $18.33 into their account because $1.67 was in sales tax. Next, you'll want to make sure that your totals match. In this case, they do. So we are off one final section, and that is the comment section. This is where you will describe in detail what the deposit's for. So in this instance, you'll see there's one check, and we've described check number 1234 from Ichabod Washburn as a donation. If you have multiple checks, please attach a copy that lists each check separately, the check number, the individual's name, and the amount of each check with a sum total for those checks, and that's the total you would list here. Next, you'll see it says cash included a donation and a payment for a t-shirt, and that it was sold for $20 and it was subject to sales tax. Please note it is good business practice to have 2 people count the cash and document that it's been counted and by whom, and include that with the deposit. So you now have your deposit form together. You have something attached that shows 2 people counted and accurately came to the same total for the cash. And if you had multiple checks, you would have the checks listed. So you are done. You'll want to make 2 copies of this. That way 1 copy will be returned when it is completed. You will take the checks, the cash, the forms, and the supporting documentation to the business office, which is located in Morgan Hall in room 130. Following are a few reminders for efficient management of student organization funds. All funds generated for the organization should be deposited into the agency account. Cash amounts should not be retained or distributed for purchases or payments of outstanding bills. Frequent, timely deposits are encouraged to ensure safekeeping of the organization's cash. You are responsible for the safekeeping of these assets. Please email a copy of the completed deposit form and the supporting documentation, including the verification of 2 people counting the cash, to accounting@washburnlaw.edu. If you are unable to complete this deposit form right away, you may take cash and checks to the dean's office for safekeeping. Place in an appropriately sized envelope identified with the organization's name and your name. Please remember, if you have any questions, you may contact staff in the School of Law's Dean's Office or the School of Law Accounting Office. You may also send any questions by email to accounting@washburnlaw.edu. Thank you.